And now I am talking to Rebecca Omakaro from African Community Radio. Rebecca, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you.
Rebecca, could you tell our listeners a bit about yourself, and can you tell me the background to African Community Radio in Ireland and what the latest news is, please?
About myself, I'm Rebecca Omakaro, like you said. I live in Manchester, and I did volunteer with Phoenix FM for years. And now I'm going on air with African Community Radio, which I just got the license last week. Got the license last week. I think last week, Thursday. So we are excited when we got the license. We are really excited.
Yeah. I think the maximum license a community radio station can get in Ireland is a 10-year license, and then you have to reapply after another 10 years. How long is the license you have got from the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland?
Yes, I got a temporary license. This is temporary license for few weeks.
Yeah.
That is, I applied for temporary license, and in the first place I applied for 30 days piloting. But I was asked to go for temporary license, that is quick and temporary license. So I went for temporary license. At the end of the day, I got the license for 8 weeks. Then before I renew again.
Yeah. And do you actually have a station?
Yeah, we got a station now. We have a station in Lucan.
All right.
Lucan Village. We got a station in Lucan Village, and one of our sponsors were the one that gave the place for us for free, Heritage Kitchen.
All right. And for how many miles are you broadcasting? Like, what's your catchment area?
We are broadcasting all Dublin.
Yeah.
Including the surroundings of Dublin and M50.
Okay, M50. What's the frequency?
99.5 FM.
That's like Phoenix, isn't it?
No. This one is African Radio FM.
Okay.
99.5. Phoenix is 92.
What's it called?
African Radio Network.
Okay, African Radio Network. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many volunteers do you have registered, and how many do you need in the longer term?
Come again?
How many volunteers do you have?
Yeah, we have quite a few volunteers that is coming on board, and more people are coming as well. We put it out there in our Facebook that we are looking for volunteers, and people are responding to the inbox. So I won't be able to tell you how many volunteers we have, but we have volunteers that is going to go on air, and we are planning to give them training as well before they go on air. But some of them have training before.
It's great that you're broadcasting all over Dublin, because the African community in Dublin is located all over the county. I think the only long-term station in Dublin, community station, that broadcasts all over Dublin is the Irish language radio station, Radio na Lifa. So it would be great if you had a 10-year license and you were broadcast all over Dublin. That's your plan, is your hope?
Yeah. Yes, it's my plan of going ahead to have a permanent license as we go on. It will be excited if we have 10 years broadcasting, because we have Africans in everywhere in Ireland, and they'll be able to listen, and also they'll be able to speak their language, listen to their languages. Mother tongue is very essential, and it will make them feel at home. Even some people will be bored in the house, well, by the time they know this kind particular time they are speaking their language, they will be waiting to listen to their language.
How many hours a day are you broadcasting currently?
We are going to be broadcasting weekends.
Oh, weekends.
The first time we are starting weekends, and that weekends is 24 hours.
What are the next steps you have, Rebecca? And can you tell our listeners how they can find out more about the station and if they want to get involved?
Yeah, if you want to get involved, you contact us through the email africancommunityradio@gmail.com, or you go to our Facebook as well, African Community Radio Island. You get us there as well. You can email us through there or inbox us as well.
Okay, and your license started, I think, a week ago. So you're in your second weekend. You're broadcasting on the weekend, and you started last week. This is your second week, I think. So you're broadcasting every weekend for the next few weeks, yeah?
Yeah, we have not started broadcasting. We didn't start last week, but we hope to start next week.
Okay.
Broadcasting. Yeah, all I want to say is that I want everybody to support African Radio Network. Wherever you are, support. We need support because we are just starting. We are new, and we want everybody to pay attention to us, and also give on hand. And we know we will get there. By goodness.
I had a look at your website link, but it wasn't working. Are you sorting that out?
Yeah, because we haven't started, but the website we start very soon. But for now, we have Facebook running.
And if you get a license for 10 years, you have to have funding, don't you? Like for people working in the station full time. And where are you supposed to get funding?
I don't really know where to get funding from, but we believe that we will get sponsors to help us as well. But as we move on, we get a funding as well, community funding, to fund our radio, because this is a exciting radio station for Ireland, because we have not got something like this before, even though there are other community radios, little radio around, but this one is a diversity radio. It's a African radio. It doesn't mean it has to be only African to come on board and do their own thing, like speak your language. We have an Irish man who is going to be speaking Irish language. We also have Polish. We have different people from different country to give hand or have their program in African Community Radio, because it's for everybody. It's for the whole nation, not for only Africans. It's for the whole nation, for ethnic minorities who cannot be able to reach their home, who cannot be able to go home, and because they are born here, they'll be able to listen to their languages and feel at home, not bored. At least we get their music, we get their language speaking, we get different type of speaking language.
What's your first language? What is your first language?
My first language is Edo.
All right.
From Nigeria.
All right.
South.
Have you been working with the Africa Centre in Dublin City?
Yes, I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
But we intend to work with them, even Africa Day. Yeah. African Day community, we want to work with everybody. We want to be involved, and we want people to involve with this African radio network. Okay,
Rebecca, it was great talking to you. Good luck with the station, and I'll keep in touch with you, and I hope to hear from you what the news is, and I hope you network a lot more and get a lot more people involved and you get funding. So thanks very much, right? I'll talk to you again.
Thank you very much.